Oats? 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 What is up, everybody? It's been a minute since I've recorded a YouTube video, so I kind of gotta get back into like the groove of just like talking to the camera, but we'll get into it. It is Tuesday, September 17th right now. I just got back from New York yesterday, so today's just gonna be about getting everything back in check, getting back into routine, setting myself up for a good rest of the week. And when I say I just got back from New York, I mean like I haven't even unpacked my bags yet. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start off, we're gonna go swim at Lifetime a little bit. Just getting back used to fully training. Last week was kind of a recovery week. Oh, I should really talk about the Ironman. Yeah, I'll do that at some point today. But since last week was like the week after the Ironman, there wasn't any like set training in place. It was just kind of going through the motions, moving my body. I only ran one time because you wanna give yourself a break from running after running a marathon, let alone an Ironman. Getting back in the groove into training, which I'm super pumped about. So I swim today, headed to Lifetime to do that. After that, I'm going to go and pick up my bike from the Austin Tri-Store because it's ready. I had to drop it off after I had it rebuilt from the Ironman, so we're gonna do that. I have to get groceries from HEB because aside from some Bear Bell protein bars, we're running a little bit low on food. We're also a little bit low on some of the supplements that I use. I don't want that to sound like ignorant, but like I also have to get supplements. We're gonna throw a meal in there at some point, probably unpack, throw my laundry in there at some point as well. And then I'm not lifting at BPN, I'm actually going to lift ATX because I wanna get back into like actually like heavy lifting a little bit. So definitely gonna gradually get back into the groove of that. Most likely gonna squat today too, because I feel like squat is what I need to improve the most upon, or at least like what I've potentially lost the most strength in. So squatting today. I've got, I believe, 5 or 6 client check-ins because it's a Tuesday, so I definitely do have a few of those. It's cool. A lot of my guys actually have races coming up in the next 2 weeks, so talking half Ironmans, marathons, ultras. We're kind of in the midst of just like talking about all the little things that we need to get ready for the race. I just want to do a little bit of like a flush out ride on the bike, a recovery spin, so I might just set it up on the trainer and do that there. It sounds like I'm like overloading myself with today, but like I promise you it's gonna all fly by. And then there's probably a bunch of other little things throughout the day. I actually have like a number of little habits that I want to start incorporating to my daily basis, so talking over how I'm looking to integrate those into my schedule. I'll do that when those come up. But for right now, I'm gonna get some G1M ready, get my swim stuff ready, and we're gonna go swim. Alright, we're officially kicking off the getting my shit back in check day. Turns out my gas light's on, so I'm gonna get gas, we're gonna go to Lifetime, and then I'm gonna pick up my bike. After that, since my bike takes up so much space, I'm actually have to come home, drop it off, grab my bags from HEB, and then go grocery shopping. After that, probably gonna have to drop the groceries off home. It's nice that everything in Austin is like 10 minutes away from each other, because like the back and forth, I don't mind that too much. Drop groceries off, make some food, head up to BPN, get our supplements. I also realized that I'm on, or I told Parker, my coach, that I'd be on his podcast today. We rescheduled it like 3 times, so I've also got that. Lift and clients at some point as well, and then whatever else the day has in mind. So it's actually gonna be like a pretty busy day, which honestly, I think is what I needed for, that was a horrible voice here. Honestly, I think it's what I needed coming back to Austin. I like the idea of getting right back in the mix of things. So be productive, get all our shit done, have a damn good day. swim was super chill. Getting back used to the swing of things. Last week, since I was only here for like 2 days, I didn't really have any training or workouts structured. Today though, this week and every week after it, we're back in the mix, so very excited with that. But yeah, we are outside of Austin Tri right now. I'm gonna go pick up my bike. They also have my helmet here, so I gotta like move. As you can see, I feel like I've never had these seats up anymore because I always have to just fit my bike everywhere. And then after we get the bike, headed home. I think I'm gonna make just like a very plain and boring bowl of oatmeal, but I definitely need some food before I go to HEB, or else I'm gonna buy everything in sight because I'm hungry. Few things. It's only 9:57, so we're getting started with the day. We got a lot to do though, so let's just keep going. Let's go. Got a little bit of oats, got a little bit of coffee. I'm gonna consume that, and then got the bike back, and we're back with both of them. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later, but Ironman World Championship qualification, that's pretty cool. With breakfast, what I've been doing is I've been trying to get better at chess. I don't know why, I think I just have too much free time in my hands. It was just like, okay, why not? Yeah, I'm gonna play a game of chess, eat some breakfast, and then we're gonna head to HEB and get groceries. Unfortunately, I don't think this guy knows how to play chess because he hasn't made a move in about 3 minutes. So, yeah, it's a bummer. Just like that, we're back in the car. Game plan right now is we're gonna drive up to Round Rock to the BPN HQ, say what's up to everyone, get our supplements for the month. And then after that, we're gonna get back in the car, go to Lift ATX and hit a full body session. I've been loving the full body lifts recently. They've been absolutely dope. And like I said, we're gonna squat today because I haven't squatted in a little bit. So be light on me, okay? Don't flame me if my squat is not that much. Non-stop day continues and it's only 11:18 a.m. So yeah, I'll just catch you guys when I get to BPN. Hopefully quickly. I think there shouldn't be that bad of traffic right now. We are headed out from the BPN HQ now. Got our full restock. 1:16 p.m. I just had a Go Bar as like a little bit of fuel because I'm not gonna have time to get a meal in before this lift. We're meeting Cheryl at Lift ATX, which I'm excited for because he is absurdly strong, so he's gonna push me really hard today. Yeah, I'm definitely right back into the swing of things. I'm going like go, go, go nonstop, which I love if you know me. I think it's the ADHD, it gets the best of me. I just like to continue to do things, but yeah, we're gonna head home, drop all this stuff off, make some pre-workout real quick, grab my belt, grab my gym bag, and then drive to Lift. Luckily, it's only like, I believe 10 minutes away from my house, so it shouldn't be too bad of a commute at all, but just keep going. Just pulled up to Lift. You can't even see. Lift. It's over there. Trust me. 2:05 right now. I've got a client at 3:10. So we're going to have to be efficient as hell with this lift. But I'm excited. Let's lift some heavy weight. Woo!
See how this goes. It's the best USC in the US.
Literally the most efficient workout ever. 3:01 p.m. right now. Yeah, we used the same machine the whole time. 385 for 5 for our top set. Obviously not near what we used to be. However, we're in a different chapter of our life. So for not squatting for the past month and this being the first lift back after some travels, pretty okay with it. Headed home now. Client call when I get back home. After that, shower. Then we gotta go get groceries. Then we have the podcast. I gotta make some food at some point. More clients, bike ride after that, and yeah, I'm like, the days, they're fast. I feel like I've said that like 4 times now, but this is what I enjoy. It's just a continuous flow, a continuous rhythm. It's enjoyable. I don't have to think. I can just do. I like it. Client and shower done, back in the car, HEB grocery trip, let's go. I'm gonna real quick try to put all my supplements and groceries away. It's 4:30 right now, the podcast is at 5. Hopefully I can just like get some meal going before, because I am starving. We got some chicken going in the air fryer. We got some spinach, mushrooms, and potatoes in the stove. 10 minutes till 5 o'clock, so even if I do get this ready, I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat it until after the podcast. And then we have 3 clients after that, but then our day's pretty much done. Like I said, I want to get a bike session in, so it'd probably be an hour on the trainer. And I also kind of want to go for a walk, but I need to eat food. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything if you're not fueling, so gotta make sure I'm getting food in at some point.
Hey guys, I'm Sid.
I'm Mike.
My name is Parker.
My name is Luke, and this is the Try Hard podcast. Podcast went great. Shout out Parker, Mike, and Sade. Absolute boys. The podcast should be up by now, so check out that. Finally got my meal together, and I had about 8 minutes until my client calls started up. I got 4 in a row. Luckily, they're all the homies, so I don't mind eating on the call. But yeah, 5:52 right now. I do want to bike. I do want to go for a walk. I don't know. We'll just figure it out as it goes. Current time is 7:07 p.m. And I've said it like 4 times in this video, but I really just want to like start going for walks to end off my days. And even though we're still gonna do something after this walk, I'm gonna go for it anyway right now while it's still light out. There's this really cool park, which I don't think I've spent nearly enough time at, like only a few blocks away from my house. So I'm gonna walk over there. I'm also gonna bring the new book that I'm starting to read, which is The Mountain Is You by Brianna West. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, so can't wait to kind of dive into that. But yeah, just a little wind down before I come back, set up my bike, ride for an hour inside, have my last meal of the day, which I think is just gonna be like eggs and toast. So the same breakfast I have every day, I'm just gonna have for dinner. And then that should take us to the end of the day. But for right now, I'm gonna get some time away from my phone, even though I'm gonna bring my phone to record what the park looks like. Although I love this house, I like to like kind of get out and about. So yeah, let's go head out.
Got some eggs and toast and sriracha mayo. I don't know if that's weird or not. I like sriracha mayo on my eggs. And then in here, just got some milk and some Peak Sleep. I think what I'm gonna do is eat this, and then to help digest, I'm gonna pace around and do my Duolingo, because I need to learn French now that we're going to France for the World Championship. Close out tonight, and then talk through all the important points that I just totally forgot to. Today was super busy, all right? Not a lot of talking, but that's what tomorrow's for. So I'm gonna close out tonight, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's good to be back. I will say I really did have a few moments where I was like, wow, I can't wait to be home, just record a YouTube video. I was checking my YouTube comments, and I was seeing people say, like, where are the uploads, what's going on? And I was like, damn it. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to be back. I'm definitely excited to get back into the groove of things. However, and I kind of want this to be the message for the video, getting back into a flow or a routine is so hard. As someone who has spent the last 4 years getting up very early, training hard, balancing a lot of moving things, anytime I have a period of time where I have, say, a rest or it's out of my normal routine, getting back into a groove of things takes so much more effort than it usually needs to. But as soon as that initial response, as soon as that initial barrier is broken and you're able to just have a day, a few days, a week of doing what you're used to doing, of doing what you want to be doing, everything clicks back just the way it should. And I think this is a big metaphor for a lot of things in life. The hardest part is the start. You could have these very profound ideas, this entire new workout split, or this big idea for a company you want to start, or this movie that you want to produce. You could have this great idea, and the hardest thing that you're going to face is putting that idea into motion at first. What you have to realize is that, as wild as it sounds, but Newton's first law of an object in motion stays in motion is applicable to every single aspect of life. The hardest part of running is starting your run, because once you start getting going, your brain kind of kicks into, all right, we're moving our body, all right, we're doing this today, and you always feel better afterwards. There's never a time where you do something beneficial for yourself and you feel worse after it. And this could be starting a new diet, moving to a new city. It's that initial trigger, it's that initial start point that really challenges us, and it causes us a moment of reflection as to why we're making this decision, what we're looking to accomplish, and if it's going to work out in the end. And as someone who spent a lot of time considering all the many different aspects of life and whether or not everything's going to work out in the end or how things are going to turn out, you don't truly know what's going on in your life until you start living it. And I know that sounds quite weird, but what I mean by that is you don't fully appreciate and just have an acknowledgement for what's going on around you until you start appreciating and having an acknowledgement of what's going on around you. You need to be present and realize that if you want to work towards becoming a better version of yourself, you have to start today. You have to have some starting point. And it's that classic phrase of, the best time to start was yesterday, the second best time is right now. I woke up this morning, or I guess yesterday morning for this video, and I laid in bed after really 2 weeks of being almost 2 weeks of being out of my groove with the Ironman and then going to New York with Gymshark. I didn't have a structured routine for probably 10, 11 days. And for me, as someone who eats the same thing every day, does a lot, if you've seen these videos, you know there isn't much variability. I do a lot of the same things. So when I do get out of kind of my groove of things, that first day back where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do the things that I normally do, takes so much more effort, and it causes me to contemplate a lot. It's do I really want to get up this early? Do I really want to do this workout right now? Is this really what I want to be doing? But as soon as you get up, as soon as you start going through the motions of doing the things that are a part of your routine, suddenly it just slowly but surely just starts to come back, and it becomes significantly easier. So while yesterday it took so much more effort than usual to get out of bed, today, Wednesday, when I'm kind of filming this closing portion, I got out of bed right as my alarm went off. Like it just went off and I got up and I'm like, yep, I'm excited to get into the groove of things. So it could happen very quickly like that in a 1 day span. Like I said, it could happen, it could take a week, take a month, but you have to start somewhere. So let that starting point, although it's going to be difficult, appreciate the fact that you're willing to put yourself through that discomfort initially, because you know that eventually this change or going through this routine or just pushing yourself to start something is going to pay off. It's going to help you become a better athlete, a better partner, a better business owner, whatever it may be in your life that you're trying to start right now, starting to communicate your feelings and your thoughts better to your partner, starting to work on your lifelong dream project, starting to work towards a goal like a race or a bodybuilding show, whatever it is, that initial start where you realize that you have to make change in your life, that you have to take control of your life. It's never going to feel comfortable. It's often going to be very messy. It's going to be very frustrating. But you have to realize that although in that moment that's what it feels like, in the big picture of life, it's where you need to be. It's where you need to start in order to get to a point of truly appreciating who you are and accomplishing your goals and being the person that you say you want to become. There were a lot of hard training sessions I had during my Ironman prep. And the night before the race, I stayed up all night. I think I got like 3 hours of sleep, maybe 4 hours of sleep, because I was thinking about every single possible thing that could go wrong. And I really psyched myself out. I was really having a lot of just self-doubt in my abilities. And going through the motion that morning of preparing my fuel, getting everything in check, it took like more mental effort than it should. And I realized that right away. I'm like, why am I thinking so hard about scooping G1M to this blender bottle? I've done this hundreds of times. And then I kind of just took a second and realized it's okay to not feel 100% comfortable when you're in these situations that are truly challenging you, because these are where most growth occurs. And if you're truly comfortable in a situation that's intended to force you out of your comfort zone, maybe something's not aligned. But as I got to the starting point, as I got my wetsuit on, and I stood in line, and I still had those nerves. I was talking to other individuals, trying to just wish everyone good luck, because what I found is in wishing other people good luck or talking to them and just kind of hyping them up for the race, it calms me down, and knowing that I could provide support for someone else. But as soon as I hit the water, the race was over like that. I was talking to some people about it today, but there are very few portions of the race where I was like doubting myself. And I was just like, I got to this point. I got to the starting line. I started this race. I've done all the work for it. Why not just enjoy the day? Why not enjoy the moment? So the swim flew by. It was absolutely amazing. I pretty much just took my Ironman 70.3 pace and doubled it for double the distance, which was really cool. So my swim time was 1 hour and 3 minutes and some change, which I was stoked about. I remember I got out of the water, gave a good yell. Everyone was fired up. I got my wetsuit, ran up a big parking garage to get to my bike. On the bike, 112 miles, that's a long time. It took me 5 hours and 45 minutes. There are over 6,000 feet of elevation and climbing. It was a very daunting ride, but for the majority of it, I was like very happy. I was very present, and I was super appreciative of the fact that I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to become an Ironman. Also, just real quick, I'm kind of sparing some details because I guess this will be the first time I announce it, but I'm going back on Nick's podcast on this upcoming Monday, September 23rd. So I'm going to share a lot of details about the actual recap itself there. Plus, there's going to be the BPN documentary, which releases whenever, but that'll be up, and that'll be a big talking portion there about the actual race and showing it off. And on the whole portion of the run, even though I was in like crippling pain, I couldn't bend over to put my shoes on. I had to have a volunteer slide my shoes on for me. I was smiling, and like even some of the volunteers, I heard one girl, she was just like, he looks so happy, like I would be in so much pain right now. And I'm like, I'm in pain, but I'm smiling, because there's something to be said about looking at an individual who's doing something very difficult, both mentally and physically, and if they just have a positive attitude, it reminds you, it's like, okay, like you have control over one thing in this world, and I've talked about it so much, but it's your emotions. So if you could just, even in the hardest of times, be a positive light, be someone that others can look at and say, I want to be like that person, it goes so far. And I believe you can have such a great impact on other human beings by the way in which you carry yourself. So throughout that entire race, I was wishing other people luck, giving high fives, smiling, because I knew that if I was in a position, which I was, of being in a lot of pain, being super uncomfortable, I would want someone to be like a positive support for me. So that's what I was, and that's what I tried to be. And the end of the race, I remember turning onto that straightaway, and you guys will see this all in the video when they drop it, but I just started bawling my eyes out because I realized it was the end of something that it took so much effort to start. And when I say that, I mean it took so much effort to go through all of the workouts, to wake up every single day and to push myself to the absolute max just to go to bed and do the same thing the next day. It takes so much effort to dedicate yourself entirely to something, but just that feeling of realizing that it turns out better than you could have ever imagined it is something that I genuinely wish every single one of you watching this can experience at least once in your life. That race really made me realize that what I do has a greater effect outside of just my own life. Because don't get me wrong, it was cool to get a medal. It was cool to qualify for the World Championship in Nice, France next year. But the coolest moment, the most memorable moment from the whole race is I finished, I was crying my eyes out. I saw my parents, I saw Parker, and as I was kind of leaving the race area, a kid approached me. I think he was like maybe 17 years old, 16 years old, just crying harder than I was. And at first I was taken back a little bit, you know. I'm like, is he looking at someone else? But he just came up to me and he stood there for a sec, and I just kind of had this feeling that I needed to hug him. So I just wrapped my arms around him and just held on to him for a little bit. And it was just this moment of realization that I am so blessed to be in a position where other people are genuinely moved to tears just by like what I do. I've talked about it a few times, but with September being National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, just the fact that like me being here can like cause that great of an impact just like blew my mind. And I just told the kid how proud of him I was and just how he was going to do great things. And it's just something that I'm going to truly remember forever. Like, yeah, it's cool to be an Ironman. Yeah, it's cool to have done all those things during the race itself, but the most memorable part of that whole race was that singular interaction and realizing I am doing something that I've always wanted to do, which is help other people. And I genuinely could not be more grateful for that. I met so many great people that weekend, and I heard so many stories of what motivates others and what got them to the starting point of doing something so difficult. And it's just realizing that you are capable of whatever you want to accomplish so long as you can push past that starting inertia, that starting difficulty, that starting pushback of other people judging you for wanting to chase your dreams, that starting pushback of trying to navigate the details that you don't know all of them. But if you can just get past that starting point, I promise you, you are capable of accomplishing anything you set your heart out and work for. Similarly, I met a lot of great people at the Gymshark event this past weekend in New York. A very, very big thank you. And just I have so much appreciation for everyone that came out and supported me. It was truly amazing. But yeah, man, I really just want to once again reiterate that you are capable of accomplishing anything that you want to accomplish. You just have to work for it. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this video here. This was a longer react session, I'm sorry, but makes up for the fact that I haven't posted in 2 weeks. My bad, but we're back into it. I want to thank you all very much so for watching. Thank you all very much so for supporting me. Code HOP for BPN for Gymshark. Inner Flame, my coaching website, program, business, I don't know. Training programs, private coaching, all listed down below. But that's going to do it for this week's video. Once again, thank you guys so much for literally everything. I know I say it every single time, but thank you so much for allowing this to be my life. And just a reminder, with it being September, that you are never alone, you're always supported, and most importantly, you're always loved. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.